Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where we're here for day 9 of the Grotmas calendar and another new 40k detachment. Which army is it? Well, you probably figured it out by the thumbnail. So how about we just jump in? This is Grotmas calendar day 9. The new Emperor's Children detachment puts Fulgrim on his rightful pedestal. So we're all about the big guy. Do we think that this is to tie in with the Christmas box? Just throwing that out there before we get into this one. This is the Court of the Phoenician. This detachment is open to all Emperor's Children armies, but it certainly encourages you to use Fulgrim himself. When charging, you can give your units +1 strength and +1 AP to their melee attacks. Pretty good. On top of this, Fulgrim can make use of 2 of the best strats in the detachment at a reduced CP cost. Is Fulgrim not getting played? Have they not sold enough Fulgrim models? Is that what's happening here? There is a good mix of enhancements. You can let one of your units ignore hit and wound modifiers. You can force battle shock tests in the fight phase. That's a thing that they're playing around with quite a lot with these detachments as well, isn't it? Battle shock tests. A foot demon prince can have +1 strength and attacks. And finally, a Lord Exultant can lead flawless blades. I thought he could anyway. Why could he not anyway? 2 of the more powerful stratagems are both discounted when you use them on Fulgrim. You can move through terrain in the movement or charge phase, or when attacking a character unit, you can re-roll to hit and wound. The other 4 stratagems let you re-roll charges in an aura, make a stimulus move towards the enemy and engage them if your unit was shot and lost any wounds, -1 to wound for weapons that are stronger than your unit's toughness, and finally provide the detachment buff of +1 strength and +1 AP to a shooting unit that targets an enemy within 12 inches. So there's quite a lot going on here, obviously making Emperor's Children a bit more aggressive. Just one more detachment left of the Grotmas calendar. Oh, hopefully not, hopefully there's more. But the hint is they love to decorate their gear with skulls, so that could be anyone. Okay, so let's take a look at the Court of the Phoenician. As usual, it is over here in the Emperor's Children faction pack. You can find all this stuff in the Grotmas hub. It is linked in the video, but it is also in the 40k rules download if you want it. But let's run through this one, starting with the detachment rule. Sensational performance. Emperor's Children units from your army have the following ability. Sensational performance. Each time this unit is selected to fight, if this unit made a charge move this turn, it can use this ability. If it does, until the end of the phase, this unit cannot target a unit it was within engagement range of at the start of the turn. This unit cannot target a unit that was the target of another unit's charge or attack this phase. Improve the strength and armor penetration characteristics of the unit's melee weapons by 1. Quite a lot of stipulations there. So you only get your +1 strength and AP if you charge, and you can't charge multiple units into the same enemy unit because they're all obviously trying to show off and one-up each other and really playing into the Emperor's Children love of being the best. Narratively, I like it. Not entirely sure how it will play on the table. It's definitely an interesting idea and something that I think they've played with another Emperor's Children detachment, but we'll see. We also have Master of the Pageant. Once per battle round, when you target a Fulgrim unit from your army with the Sinuous Breach or Prideful Superiority stratagem, you can reduce the CP cost of that stratagem by 1 CP. So we'll get onto those in a minute. But obviously Fulgrim gets a 1 CP discount. Providing you take Fulgrim, hopefully this is going to give you a reason to take him, I guess. So over to our enhancements. First one, Tears of the Phoenix. Emperor's Children model only. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes a melee attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers to that attack's weapon skill characteristic and any or all modifiers to the hit roll and wound roll. So the whole unit in melee can just ignore modifiers for attacks, hits and wounds. That's useful. That's probably going to be quite expensive. Again, we don't have points for these, which has become a standard thing. I expect that the points for these will drop when we get the full 40k balance update later this week, I believe. It sounds useful, and you can put it on any Emperor's Children model that can take an enhancement. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind it. Next one, Exalted Patron. Lord Exultant model only. Add 1 inch to the movement characteristic of the bearer. In the Declare Battle Formation step, the bearer can be attached to a Flawless Blades unit. I didn't know that the Lord Exultant couldn't go with Flawless Blades. Does his plus 1 inch movement mean that he now moves as fast as the Flawless Blades? Why wouldn't he be able to lead them before? I don't get it. Very odd. Again, these detachments are giving you new characters that can lead units that they previously haven't been able to, which is good. It's only 1 unit, but then 6 Flawless Blades. But are Flawless Blades good yet? Because they've been pretty atrocious so far. I don't know. Emperor's Children players, let me know what that does to a Flawless Blades unit and a Lord Exultant. Does it make them worth taking and looking into more? Let me know in the comments. Next enhancement, the Soul Stain Made Manifest. Emperor's Children model only, at the start of the fight phase, you can select one enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer. That unit must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the result. So forcing a battle shock test within engagement range, it's not the worst, but you know how I feel about battle shock tests in most of this stuff. And then finally, Spirit Sliver. This is an Emperor's Children Demon Prince model only. Add 1 to the strength and attacks characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons. That's just a flat out nice buff, isn't it? And Demon Princes are pretty good from what I've gathered. Interesting enhancements. This doesn't sound like the best detachment that we've had of the previous 5. There's obviously some restrictions with the detachment rule. Plus 1 strength, plus 1 AP. Is nice, but you have to be the only unit to charge, and you have to charge. You can't already be in combat. It's quite restrictive, and does that -1 CP on the stratagems make it worth running with Fulgrim? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Let's take a look at the stratagems. So it was Sinuous Breach and Prideful Superiority. Prideful Superiority is the only here that is 2 CP. Everything else is 1, so it would mean that it's 1 CP for Fulgrim to use, 2 CP for everyone else. But Sinuous Breach on Fulgrim is a free stratagem. Okay, interesting. Let's see what they actually do though. Contemptuous Disregard. When your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase, target 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army. Effect until the end of the phase each time an attack targets your unit. If the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of your unit, subtract 1 to the wound roll. So this is a really nice ability, and it's an ability that we've seen a lot of Terminators have had recently. I'm thinking more of the Space Wolfguard Terminators. There's other models out there that have this as well. Burning a CP for the stratagem feels like a bit of a negative for Emperor's Children. Yes, it's any unit instead of just Terminators, and if you put it on a toughness 4 unit, obviously that's going to help keep them alive. 1 CP, it's not bad, but it doesn't feel great when it's just baked into some units in the game already. So Prideful Superiority, 2 CP unless it's on Fulgrim, where it would be 1 CP. When fight phase, target 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Effect until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a character unit, you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll. So full rerolls on hits and wounds against a character unit for 1 CP on Fulgrim. Does Fulgrim need that? And then 2 CP on any other unit. It's nice to have. I don't know if it's great. It doesn't feel great. It feels quite themey, but 2 CP, it's steep, I think. Sinuous Breach. So this is a 1 CP, but Fulgrim would get it for free. When your movement phase or your charge phase, target 1 Emperor's Children demon unit from your army that has not been selected to move or charge this phase. Effect until the end of the phase, each time your unit makes a normal, advance or charge move, it can move horizontally through terrain features. Did they not give Fulgrim that ability just baked into his datasheet anyway? I thought they did something with Fulgrim to do that. Doesn't actually say anything here. I mean, it's not useless. It's not that good though, is it? This doesn't seem like it's a great set of stratagems. Definitely so far feels like the weakest detachment we've had in Grotmas. Can we redeem it with the back 3? Close Quarters Excruciation. When your shooting phase, target 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Effect until the end of the phase, each time an Emperor's Children model in your unit makes an attack that targets an eligible unit within 12 inches, improve the strength and armor penetration characteristics of that attack by 1. So for 1 CP, you can make a shooting unit get the detachment buff. That's probably the best one we've seen so far. Next one, Euphoric Inspiration. When your charge phase, target one Emperor's Children demon unit from your army. Effect, until the end of the phase, you can reroll charge rolls for friendly Emperor's Children units within 6 inches of your unit. It's not bad for a CP, but that also feels like it should be an enhancement. Honestly, an enhancement for a Demon Prince. Just give everyone a 6-inch reroll aura. Yeah, these stratagems don't feel great. Compared to some that we've seen, certainly the Harlequins ones yesterday were pretty incredible. I really like the Blood Angels ones as well. These don't feel that good, do they? Our final one, Catalytic Stimulus. When your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot. Target one Emperor's Children unit from your army that lost 1 or more wounds as a result of those attacks. Effect, your unit can make a stimulus move. To do so, roll 1d6. Models in your unit move a number of inches up to the result, but your unit must end that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit excluding aircraft. When doing so, those models can be moved within engagement range of an enemy unit. You see, that's nice. On a CP, yes, you can push up. It's a surge move, isn't it? World Eaters get that baked in, I think, to their units. I feel like that's the kind of ability that Flawless Blades should have, just baked into the datasheet. Oh, this one's rough. I'm not a big fan of it. There's things to like. I like that you can take a character with a unit that they can't normally go with, although I don't know why you can't put that character with the Flawless Blades. Forcing a battle shock test at the start of the fight phase could be useful. Extra strengthen attacks for a Demon Prince is good, but it depends how expensive that enhancement is. Ignoring modifiers is useful. Your modifiers are only ever going to be 1, so it's probably not the most useful. The detachment rule has so many stipulations that you're not going to be proccing it all the time. And the enhancements just feel like abilities that other units have. The subtract 1 to wound roll for the toughness thing is baked into Terminators in the Imperium factions. Rerolling hits and wounds against characters. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's quite expensive, especially on a unit that isn't Fulgrim. And if you're taking Fulgrim, how long is he going to last because everyone's going to focus on him? Sinuous Breach. I will have to check it, but I'm pretty sure Fulgrim has an ability like that already. And it's nice to get you through terrain. I can see it being useful, but it's not exciting. It's not going to be used. Mind you, it will be used a lot. If there's a lot of terrain on the board, that will be very useful. Close Quarters Excruciation. That's the best one, I think. Just giving you that detachment rule for a shooting unit. How many shooting units do Emperor's Children have? It's really just the Noise Marines, isn't it? Euphoric Inspiration should be an enhancement. 1 CP on a Demon Prince. Yeah, I quite like it. I think it's very useful, especially if you want to get some charges off. 100%. And by doing that with that 1 CP, you get those charges off. You're triggering this as long as you follow the stipulation. That's not bad either. The Stimulus move feels like it should be an ability for one of their units. It's nice to have 1 CP, it's not bad at all. Gives you an extra bit of move. I feel like it should be up to 6 inches. I feel like that would make it so much better. Or maybe even if it's just a 3-inch move, but it's a guaranteed 3-inch move. Yeah, I don't think that this is great, in all honesty. Right, I've just checked Fulgrim, so this Sinuous Breach, honestly that's what his Serpentine move should be. So Serpentine, each time this model makes a normal advance or fall back move, it can move over sections of terrain features that are 4 inches or less in height. I feel like his Serpentine move should just be normal advance or charge. It can move horizontally through terrain features. Because he's a snake boy. Yeah, I think that this feels half-baked. It doesn't feel well thought out. It all kind of works, but it just feels like they've thrown together some little bits. Maybe leftover ideas they had in the current Emperor's Children detachments. I'm not seeing it, but I don't have the Emperor's Children Codex, so I don't actually know all of the unit plays and buffs and abilities and stuff, and how it all sinks in. I don't know if this makes Fulgrim worth taking because he is expensive, but then is his points dropping? What's going on with points and things? We still have this balance update, and we see, I guess we need to see what comes out in that to see what it does to this. But with how things are now and my understanding of Emperor's Children, I don't think this is a very good detachment. And that's sadly the first detachment of these that have not been very good, but it feels like it's much worse than the previous 4, which have all added some really fun and cool things. This just feels like leftover ideas, which is sad. But Emperor's Children players, people who actually know the army and run the army, what do you think? That's more important. What am I missing? Which bits of this is really good? Which is really useful? Does it make Fulgrim and Flawless Blades better? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and stick around for more videos on the Grotmas stuff. We've got another detachment coming tomorrow, which we'll cover. And then obviously the other exciting things that drop between now and Christmas Day we will be covering as well. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.